Hi everyone, my name is Kayla, and today I'm going to show you how to grow herbs indoors step by step. This is a really easy and beginner-friendly way to get started with gardening. Even if you've never grown anything before, and you don't have a lot of space, or you don't think you have a green thumb. A lot of people think gardening requires a backyard, special tools, or lots of experience, but that's not true at all. Growing herbs indoors is one of the simplest ways to start, and it's perfect for students, people living in apartments, or really anyone who wants fresh plants without a big setup. Another great thing about growing herbs indoors is that you can do it year-round. You don't have to worry about weather, seasons, or outdoor space. You can grow everything right from your kitchen counter or windowsill or even your bedroom. Plus, growing your own herbs is super rewarding. You can grow things like basil or mint or parsley and actually use them in your cooking. Fresh herbs can make a huge difference in flavor, and it's way more convenient than buying them from the store every time you need a little bit. In this video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know, from the materials you'll need, to planting your herbs, to taking care of them as they grow. I'll also share some common mistakes to avoid a few tips and help your plants thrive. By the end of the video, you should feel confident enough to start your own indoor herb garden. So step 1 is gathering your materials. Let's start with what you need. The good news is that you don't need anything fancy or expensive. First, you'll need a small container or pot. This can be something simple like plastic or ceramic pot. If you want to get creative, you can reuse containers like jars or cups. But if you do that, just be careful about drainage. Speaking of drainage, it's really helpful if your container has holes at the bottom. This allows extra water to escape so your plant's roots don't sit in water and rot. Next, you'll need potting soil. Make sure you use potting soil and not regular dirt from outside. Potting soil is specially made to hold moisture, while still allowing air to reach the roots. You'll also need herb seeds or a starter plant. Seeds are cheaper and also fun to grow from scratch, but starter plants are easier and faster if you're a beginner. You'll need water and, of course, a spot in your home that gets good sunlight, like a sunny window. Optional things you can use include small watering can, a spray bottle, or even plant labels if you're growing multiple herbs. Okay, so step 2, add soil. Now that you have your materials, it's time to add soil to your container. Fill your pot with potting soil, leaving a little space at the top, about an inch or so. This helps prevent water from spilling over when you water your plant. Try not to press the soil down too much. You want it to be loose so the roots can grow easily and get enough air. Roots need both water and oxygen, so compact soil can actually make it harder for your plant to grow. So, if your soil looks really dry, you can lightly moisten it before planting. This helps create a better environment for seeds to start growing. Step 3, plant the herbs. If you're using seeds, sprinkle a few seeds on top of the soil. If you don't want to use too many, just a small amount is enough. Then lightly cover them with a thin layer of soil. Don't bury them too deep because seeds need light and air to continue to germinate. If you're using a starter plant, gently remove it from its container. Be careful not to damage the roots. Place it into your new pot and then fill it around with soil, making sure the roots are fully covered. After planting, gently press the soil around the plant, just enough to hold it in place, not too tight. Step 4, water the plant. You might want the soil to be moist, but not soaking wet. A good way to think about it is damp like a sponge, not dripping. One of the most common mistakes in beginners is overwatering. Too much water can cause root rot, which can kill your plant. A good tip is to water slowly and evenly and stop once the soil feels moist. If your pot has drainage holes, you might see little water come out the bottom, but that's totally fine. Step 5, give sunlight. Now let's talk about sunlight, which is super important. Place your herbs near your window where they can get about 6 hours of sunlight each day. South-facing windows usually get most light, but any bright window can work. If your space doesn't get enough natural light, you can also use small grow light. But for most beginners, a sunny window is enough. If you notice your plants leaning towards the light, you can rotate the pot every few days so they grow evenly. Step 6, maintain your herbs. Taking care of your herbs is pretty simple, but consistency is key. Check the soil every couple of days by touching it. If it feels dry, it's time to water. If it feels moist, you can wait a little longer. Make sure your plants are getting enough sunlight and not being overcrowded. If you plant too many seeds, you might need to thin them out so each plant has enough space to grow. You can also remove any dead or yellowing leaves by keeping your plant healthy. Step 7 is harvesting. One of the best parts about growing herbs is harvesting them. Once your herbs start growing, you can trim small amounts to use in your cooking. Try not to cut more than 1/3 of the plant at a time so it can keep growing. Regular trimming actually helps plant grow back fuller and stronger, so don't be afraid to use your herbs. Quick tips. Don't overwater. Make sure your herbs get enough sunlight every day. Use well-draining soil and containers. Don't overcrowd your plants, and be patient. Plants take time to grow. And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. That's a part of learning. And that's how you grow herbs indoors. As you can see, it's a simple and beginner-friendly way to start gardening. If you don't have a lot of space or experience, once you get into a routine of watering and checking on your plants, it becomes really easy. Growing herbs at home is not only practical, but also really rewarding. You can watch something grow from a tiny seed into a plant and actually use it in your everyday life. It can also be relaxing and a great way to take a break from school or work. Just a few minutes a day checking on your plants can be really enjoyable. Don't be afraid to experiment with different herbs like basil, mint, or parsley, and see what grows best in your space. Every home is a little different, so part of the fun is figuring out what works for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this video helped you feel more confident about starting your own indoor herb garden. If you try this out, I hope it goes great. Happy gardening!